Hello everyone. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to make an object oscillate or swirl through the colors of the rainbow, or for that matter any color you'd really like. So we're going to start off by making our 3D object. It can be really anything. Okay. And we're also going to create a custom material for it. I'll call it rainbow. Now to apply it, I'm just going to click and drag the material onto the object, and you'll see because I haven't changed anything, it's still going to be that white color. However, if I change it here, you can see that it now responds to my changes. So I'll just make it this teal color for now. Okay, now we're just going to make a script. You can also call it rainbow. And let's open up our editor. Okay, so here we're just going to declare a public material, empty, and empty is, let me just zoom in here, close some of these other windows. Okay, and empty is going to be our material we assign to the ball, so that's going to be transform.GetComponentMeshRenderer material. We're also going to make a color 32 array. There. Oh yeah, let's name it something. Colors. Okay, so colors is where we're actually going to declare the colors we're going to cycle through. Some of these are pretty simple. For example, red, green, blue, so it's Roy G. Biv, so red is an easy one. I'm also making it color 32 just because that allows us to initialize the RGB values from 1 to 255, as opposed to normal colors in Unity are handled with float values from 0 to 1. So we're going to make it size 7. And let's initialize our values. So we're going to do new color 32 and red. Let's start with red. So RGB, so 255, 0, 0, and then 255 for alpha for maximum brightness. Okay, and we'll just comment red here. I have a web page open next to me where I'm actually going to look up all of these values, so that's kind of where I'm getting it from. Okay, so we have 7 here, so orange is 255, 165. So Roy G. Biv. Yellow is 255, 255. Roy G. Green is RGB, so that's going to be 0, 255, 0. Blue is going to be, of course, 0, 0, 255. Maximize the blue component and 0 the other ones. And finally, indigo and violet. I'm going to have to look those up. Indigo is 75, 0, 130. And we have violet coming at, this one's weird, 238, 130, 238. All right. So now we have an array that we can cycle through for our oscillation. So now to actually do this, we're going to use a coroutine. That way we can control the speed at which it executes. So we're just going to make the public enumerator, and hopefully we can call it cycle. And we're just going to tell it yield return null, so it's happy. And here we can call that coroutine. Let's make it capital. So this yield return cycle will pause the execution at the end of a frame, and then in the next frame we'll go back to this coroutine. So assuming you want to have it cycle forever, we can just do while true. We're also going to make a couple of variables here. Int I equals 0. This is going to be our current our index for the current color we're on. So while true, then we're going to have a for statement here for float. There's a word for this. Interpolant. Yes. We can. It's kind of wordy, but for clarity's sake, we'll type it out. So for float interpolant, make sure that's a semicolon. Interpolant is less than 1. That's the max value our interpolant can go to for any sort of Lerp function. And then interpolant plus equals, and we'll do 0.01f. This can still go pretty quickly though. And we're just going to do I++ here. So the reason why we're using Lerp, yes. The reason why we're using Lerp is this is going to smoothly cycle us from one color to another. Instead of us having to figure out how to do it ourselves, we can just use this Lerp function. So we're going to do colors I. That's going to be our first color. Colors I+1 is going to be our next color. So if int I is initialized at 0, it's going to start at red. Colors I will be red, and colors I+1 will be orange. So we're going to be linearly moving from red to orange. And again, Lerp is going to take care of that for us. And then we're going to pass our interpolant, which is going to be steadily increasing up until it hits 1. And then I++. Now, the only thing is what happens when I becomes greater than 7, which is our max value. That's going to break some things. But if we just do modulo 7, so when it hits index 7, it'll technically be out of range because our array cycle only goes from, our array only has indices from 0 to 6, since array started at index 0, so this would be, red would be index 0, violet would be index 6. If we do mod 7, as soon as it hits 7, it's going to roll back around to 0. So here, we'd put it in here. So mod 7, and let's just make sure this addition is done first, wrap it in parentheses, and then mod 7. Good. Yeah, so we probably want to put this yield return null here. So after every frame, it lerps a little bit, and then interpolant is increased, and then we pause execution for the frame and resume it on the next frame. Okay, let's see, this should be everything. Let's give it a try. Okay, it's not working. Let's see, start coroutine cycle. Ah, right. It'd probably be useful if I actually assigned the color to what I'm actually getting. Otherwise, it's just calculating for no reason. Okay. I guess it'd be too much to ask for it to work the first time. But, there we go. There's violet. Okay, so let's see. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, red. Perfect. So seems to be working pretty well. You can get some pretty cool results if you assign the script to a lot of things in your scene. I'll also show you one other thing is we can do something like this. So instead of just doing I, if you want to randomly go through the colors of the rainbow, you can do that as well. So for example, we could do int start color, int end color. Okay, and then we don't need this anymore. So here we would just do this. Sure. And then we could do it there. And of course, if you change these colors, you can add more colors, less colors, or your own favorite color, or custom color that's probably doesn't have a name yet, as there's a lot of colors you can get with 32 bits. So here we need to change what we're actually going to. So for example, at this spot, we could do something like, once this finishes for one loop, just do something like end color is equal to random dot range 0 colors dot length, and yeah, and it's exclusive of the max. So this would go from 0 to 6, 0 to 6. And then after this is done, we would just you actually need to be a little careful here, as you don't want it to jump. So this is the current behavior. Let's just take a look. Let's just do something like this. So after it finishes one transition, it'll choose a new start and end color, and let's see what that looks like. As you can see, there's that kind of, yeah. So you'll see after it finishes moving to the color, it kind of blinks to a new color, so we need to fix that. And the way you fix it is you make when you make the new end color a, hold on, I just need to think about this a bit. You assign start color to end color, and then you make end color something else. Okay, that way you always start at your end color, so you're not getting these rapid shifts in hue. So let's see, we're going yellow here to violet, back to yellow, orange, red, violet, green, violet. Yeah. Another thing is you might get the same value for your start color and end color, in which case you're gonna just waste a bunch of time here. Obviously, if you want to cycle this more rapidly, you just increase what you're adding to the interpolant, and you're going to get very rapid color shifting. Yeah, it is actually shifting, but it's just so fast that it almost looks like it's blinking. Let's slow that down by a factor of 10. Yeah. So you can see that it is actually transitioning colors. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much it. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time.